I'm very pleased to be with you. I've been living in China from 2010 to last year, 2014, to launch the brand DS, which is a new automotive premium brand in China. Then it was the first experience, and maybe you have heard that yesterday in Geneva Motor Show we have announced the worldwide launch of this automotive brand. And it's quite funny because before that I was living in Russia, so very interested by your presentation about Yandex. So this presentation is about, finally it will be about a specific action we have done on WeChat and followed with Laure, but before that we'd like to give you some background about what's DS and why we have launched DS in China. So first, DS is a premium brand with a high ambition. We want to position DS on the premium car market, as you can see here on this presentation. Why we say that we launch a premium brand is very simple. You know very well that in the world, all the premium markets are increasing, not only in the car industry. The premium is a source of profitability. And then in the same time, if you check the automotive car industry, you will see that, of course, the automotive cars usually don't perform in the premium car market. But the French brand, the luxury brand, a lot of them are signed from Paris, they perform extremely well on the premium industry outside of cars. So here we had the opportunity to embody the French luxury in the car industry. So this is the story of this brand, and this is the long-term of ambition of DS. So for this, we are based around the DNA, which is simple. It's coming from the same DNA as the DS from 1955. This is the 60 years, by the way, this year, of the DS from 1965. And this DNA is part of the brand. I mean, the know-how exists. We just have to leverage this know-how and to go on working on this direction given by the grandmother DS. So this is original design. This is avant-garde design. It will be our first new tagline, by the way. We'll talk about it maybe later with Laure. And refinement. The refinement, this is this French touch of luxury. And the technology, which is a component you cannot avoid in the car industry if you want to be premium. So 3 USP and 2 background absolutely needed. Common in all premium brand is a high level of quality, safety, and a heritage. So to explain to you, and then you will see the link with the social media. We are talking in China when we started in 2010, and then we launched the brand in 2012 after 2 years of preparation. We built a factory in the same time. We had a first positioning and claimed it was the innovative spirit from Paris. You know, by the way, that if you ask the premium car buyers in China which place they want to visit first, they answer 48% Paris, before United States and then Australia. So first destination for the premium car buyers is France, Paris. So in one picture, this is how we can express the DS brand with one picture. We have been using it a lot. This is the tradition, the heritage of Le Louvre. This is the extreme modernity of this car here. It's a concept car numéro 9. And in the same time, we like the innovation of the Pyramid of Le Louvre. And then you know that the architect of the Pyramid of Le Louvre as well has a strong link with China. So that's why we have used as an endorser Le Louvre as well to help us to launch our brand. And we talk to this new generation of premium customer, the modern business elite. They are the grandchildren of Deng Xiaoping, for example, and those who are working very hard, they play very hard, they want to earn money, and they are very open to outside of China, but in the same time they are very close to their country and to the traditions. They have an independent spirit and they have a high personality. So here you have the profile. So that's why we had a chance as well to come with DS, because you know DS, the car we have, we will see some cars right after, they don't respect the codes, the traditional codes of the premium car market in China. The premium car market in China is a classical car. It's a 3-box car, like an Audi S6, for example, and as well SUV. And we will come later with SUV, but we don't respect the traditional cars because we have this spirit of avant-garde, we have this innovation. So we talk to those people. Those people, they already have an experience of cars. They are advanced people, and so they are looking for new experience. And we will see after how we try to find new experience in the digital. We have a second endorser. This one is the expression of the French elegance, the French luxury. And this is Sophie Marceau. And just to that you can understand how we have expressed the innovative spirit from Paris, we will show you the DS5 TVC we did in November 2013 for the first DS produced outside of Europe. This car is produced in China.
Where are you?
I'm flying, and you?
I'm also flying.
So I see you in Paris.
Welcome on board.
全新 DS5 非同凡响，跨界领航。
So you see that it's quite simple. We are very close to the product, very demonstrative, and close to France, close to the origin, close to Paris. Then we launched another car, this one, DS5 LS, which has been designed especially for the Chinese market and for export outside of the Chinese market. And to Middle East, we have planned to export it to Russia as well, when the situation will be better, to South America. So this car for this same kind of potential customer, close to those modern elite. And then we launched an SUV, this one as well with Sophie Marceau. And just to explain to you that in this challenge to establish a new premium automotive brand in China, we have been launching 3 cars in 12 months, 3 local produced cars, developed and engineered in China, and commercially launched as well in 12 months. So we will, no problem for the TVC, we can avoid it because since time is quite limited. We have time? Okay. So this is the launch of the DS6 in China.
Wanna be wild.
Direction. You want to be wild? Wild enough?
DS6 野性优雅豪华 SUV。
So we stay, it's a little bit different than the others, but we stay in the same environment because we have to build brick by brick the wall of our new DS brand. So then we need to give content to this brand because the success of a premium brand is the capacity as well to tell a story. We have to be big in China, we have to tell a story, we have to give entertainment. So we give brand content. We use, of course, to broadcast this brand content, a lot of digital and a lot of event. And then around this, we create this community of people who have an attitude to around the DS spirit, those modern business elite, and those who as well like France, like the luxury from France, and want to show their independence. So we are a lot around a fashion event, fashion show. This is model with Elite, you know, the very famous model company. And then golf as well with Tiger Woods. We did some event around modern art as well. And then the heritage. Last year was the 50th anniversary of the diplomatic relation between France and China. And I will not be very long, but this car is the original car from General de Gaulle. So we bring it in China, and then we did a tour with the car to celebrate the 50th anniversary. So we have a big chance to have a good platform to promote our brand. And then we have to respect some codes of the car distribution. So before, to be able to go to okay, yes, thank you. To be on the digital, the image before was just to, well, we can leave it as, okay, thank you. It's, so yes, this one, we had a chance to start from scratch. So I can share with you that, of course, we were very motivated to say, okay, we go far away from the traditional distribution of the car industry, and we go only for digital. But finally, after a lot of workshops, study, survey, finally you see what it is. This is a big dealership, and we built 80 like this in 2 years. So we have not found the solution yet. I hope you are not totally, comment on dit, déçus. Thank you. Disappointed by the fact that we have not found the exact solution to get rid of those big dealerships we have. But it was needed, so we have 80 like this in China. Thank you. So then, inside, we bring the same experience at this French approach, luxury, like a boutique. So as you can see, this is not exactly like a traditional lounge when in a workshop to wait for your cars. This is something very high-end. So then, the link from offline to online. Online, online, we have seen that, in fact, for your information, on those dealerships, in average, 50% of the traffic is coming from the sales team. They are working only online. In fact, we have some people that are on the floor, inside the showroom, and half of the team is on the first stair, and they are just chatting with customers on the digital, mainly with WeChat, but as well with a lot of forums. We will talk about them. So our first KPI was Baidu Index. So we were talking about Baidu before. So the Baidu Index, and you can see, of course, that each time we have been launching a car, each time the traffic and the search on Baidu about DS, starting from 0, has increased very rapidly. Then the environment of the digital ecosystem we have to build. This is this one is quite traditional. In fact, you have your mobile site, you have your website in the center, and then you are using the vertical website, like specialized, like Auto Home and X-Car, things like this. Which is very interesting is that those websites, we have partnership with them. So we have the capacity to give to our dealers to interact in the middle of the forum with the people who are chatting, and they propose to those who are close to them to enter into contact directly and then to meet them in the showroom. It is something we are, for the moment, trying to develop in Europe, but it's really another approach in Europe, difficult to do the same. And then so that I will pass this because this is the development of everything I have explained to you about all those portals, and I want to go back to our main element for developing the social network, and then we will see how we have been working with WeChat. So, you know well, Weibo, WeChat, Youku, and Douban. I don't know if you have been talking about Douban today, But Douban, this is linked to the positioning of our brand, because you know that in Douban, we have a dedicated social platform for culture, for art and culture. It's a small number of people compared to the other one, but for DS brand, of course, this is exactly close to our target group and the personality we want to give to our brand and to our cars. So I go directly on the e-commerce on WeChat. So we have WeChat. You know that you have two. You can have. It was new this year, so you can have two kind of WeChat. You can have the WeChat for a brand, where you have the right to push some message. This is limited by I think it's 2 messages per day. Okay, and then you have another possibility is to what we have been opening. We have the first one, it's quite traditional, but the second one we have been opening, it was in 2014, in January. It was the first DS, the first car store on WeChat. And here you can have the possibility to interact with your customer. And of course, you have all the possibility of payment. When we started, it was in January 2014. The payment at the beginning, you had to provide some identification number for credit card. But probably you have been talking about it today. You know that today with WeChat, you can pay anything you want as soon as you have established before the relation between your credit card and WeChat. And you can pay in a shop today just by scanning the bill. You scan the bill and WeChat is paying for you. So we started the first experience to open in January 2014. And we have opened the 11th of January, 111. So the numbers are always very important. 11th of January with an operation was that if you pay a deposit to buy your car, every day we give you as interest rate 11 RMB every day until the day we deliver to you the car. And we started like this, very simple. No advertising, just to start very simply. And we start our first experience, and we have seen that as our customers and friends in China, they love to play a lot. It was working quite well, in fact. And then we did another action in March, then another one end of March. This is the one I will take some time to talk about it. 28th of March, we have been launching the second car we have seen, DS5 LS. And to launch this car, we were thinking about how to build a community or how to accelerate the expansion of our community around DS and around this car. Because our awareness was extremely low on the market, of course, just arriving, low awareness, brand image under development, and how to build a community. So then during the discussion, we arrived on the idea to create a crowdfunding. So in fact, it was quite extremely simple. We have been given the capacity to the customer and the potential customer to open a crowdfunding platform at their name and for free. So you open it and just you call your friends and family. And there is a game is that if your friend is given 1 yuan, the brand, DS, give 100 yuan. And each time one of your friends give 1 yuan, we give 100 yuan. Of course, this is limited to this is limited to 10,000 yuan. That means that you have to find 100 friends. And I will give you the result after. And what was so we started in March until October. What was extremely interesting is that it has started, and then the acceleration is coming, and then with Laure, we have had some meetings every 2 or 3 months, I think, and you have seen that it was really accelerating. No advertising for it, just, of course, the support of our dealers. And then what is very good is that, if you have to find 20 friends, it's quite easy. 30 is very easy. 40 start to be more difficult. Even they just have to pay 10 centimes or 1 yuan. If you have to find 50, start to be difficult. And some customers, they were stabilized at 50 supporters. We call them supporters. But 50 supporters, if you know that if you have 100 supporters, you have 5,000 more. And if you are a Chinese customer, you never give up on a potential discount. Never. So what has happened? It has blocked our sales because they were waiting. It's not extremely good. It is not our purpose. And then our dealers themselves, without our input, some dealers, they started to organize what they have been calling the 100 people party. So they were inviting their customers, potential customers, because we know who has opened a platform. They invite them, and all who were around 50 supporters, they invite some other peoples, that everybody meet each other in the showroom. And like this, we have done, I don't know how many hundreds of 100 people party to finally get the total. So here we have the figures, not very easy to read, but 600,000 people have paid to support their friends. We have opened 37,000 fundraisers, and then 5,500 cars have been sold, which represent around, we have launched this car in April, in April, around 50% of the sales of this car, thanks to this crowdfunding activity. So it was not a full payment of the car, because after that, we have still not found the solution, but we are working on. And if any one of you has some idea or some process to propose to us, I'm very interested to talk about it. We have not found the system for the moment to do all the process of selling a car through the digital. Because each time we have a moment where the customer is coming, want to test drive, for example, or want to touch the car. So usually we have the deposit, we have the crowdfunding activity, and then at the end, the customer is coming at the dealers and finalize the deal, pay the car, and then we deliver the car. So that's in few words, the story of DS brand in China, launch of DS brand in China, and this specific focus on the crowdfunding activity. If we would have more time, of course, we could talk about much more about digital in China. It's not finished because the potential of development is huge, and especially the creativity. And in fact, when you see this, it's not very difficult to do.
Okay, great, fantastic. You want to sit? I'll sit. Well, that's very interesting. I mean, what I think is interesting also is the automotive market in China has been really actually beyond the classic stuff that we sell online, pioneering e-commerce. I mean, it's really a business industry that has been selling online, and you don't see that anywhere else in the world, actually. Mercedes-Benz for smarts, actually, they've been doing flash sales on Tmall for quite a while. And if you go on Glamour sales, they've experienced actually, selling unique cars, say the Fendi Maserati, that was a unique model that was sold online. So I would say, just to close the circle, Arnaud, in fact, you started with this closed platform, building a community. So we see creating value, I mean, and really preserving, developing your DNA as well. But in the end, okay, it took you a whole year, actually. It was very successful, so that was during a lot longer, something like 6 months longer than what was planned in advance. Do you think to go a step further? Would you embrace a platform that is open, such as Weibo, and say, develop a limited series, because this is what works, in a model of, say, flash sales, that would still preserve, actually, your DNA, the quality, the image of the brand? Is this something that you're open to think of? Or?
Yes, of course. We are open to try some things. I would like to share with you what we are, and I don't give any secrets, because we have seen a very interesting example. It was not in China, but in Europe, is Lego. I don't know if you know how they are working, but Lego is very interesting. In their website, you can go and you can create and build your own Lego. And you choose your colors, you choose and in fact, they are using this to prepare some offer of the year after. So they integrate the customer and potential customer in creating their new line of Lego games. So linked to this, I would say that for Weibo, for example, I will see more Weibo as a place to share an idea or to have this approach than to do e-commerce. For e-commerce, we really are focused on WeChat. We want to develop WeChat as an e-commerce platform. So we didn't have time to talk about it, but we have done another thing. It's a test drive that we did during 1 month in Shanghai, just without any advertising, proposing to on WeChat to do a test drive of the new DS5 LS. It was free, so wherever you were in Shanghai, we come to you with a car, and we bring you where you want. More than 1,000 test drive we did in 1 month. So the potential is huge. And I think it's more e-commerce oriented than Weibo. Weibo more for sharing information. You see?
Well, there's a lot of social commerce in the fact that,
Yeah.
I mean, Alibaba is there, and it's true that if you want to build traction and really go fast, that's pretty much the way and the place and indeed too good to do that. Is there any question in the audience before actually Arnaud take the opportunity to make an announcement as well? Any question about selling on WeChat or? Yeah.
This is Gianluca from Luxottica, working for Ray-Ban. I'm very curious about your experience with WeChat. So I was actually wondering if you had to mention the biggest challenge that you had at the very beginning when you started to work with the platform. According to you, which one was the toughest one? I know that it can be tricky because I'm asking only one, but really the hugest that you had.
I think the biggest challenge was to embark with us all our dealers, because we create something centrally. We were based in Shanghai, and we cover all China, and we had to explain to everyone to be active and to be actor of this action. So no technical issue, really no, or maybe some technical issue, but I've not been informed. That's possible. But it has been extremely quick, so no technical issue. More challenging to really turn all our dealers to understand how to leverage this and to work with it. So okay. More the people than the system.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. This is Eileen from Le Figaro. I wanted to ask you, you've obviously promoted or created the DS brand thanks to luxury codes, or at least the French touch. When the Chinese travelers come over, are you trying to capitalize on this as well, that the Chinese traveling over, coming to say, hey, in an ideal world, well, I want to go to the DS store and get an experience there, or not?
Yes, it's a key point, and well, in the car industry, it's more difficult than in a lot of luxury industry. Yes, because you know that, for example, yesterday morning, we were in Geneva for the motor show, and it's very interesting, your question. We were visiting Roger Dubuis, which is an extremely high-end watch brand, and they sell 75% of their goods outside of the country where the customer is located. For watch, it's more easy. For us, yes, and that's why after we'll present to you something very quickly. We have to have a worldwide view, because our customers, as I say to you, they are traveling. A lot of them are traveling in Paris, and it's finished the time when we can do something in China and we don't do it in Europe. And by the way, it has been a challenge for us, because in fact, we have been launching the DS as a brand in China, and it was not a brand in Europe at that moment. So we have to pay attention to this. So we have been obliged to respect and to tell a true story, of course, and never to explain that this brand is as well a brand in Europe. So leveraging is very important, and as well for the digital, since now everybody can travel from his own seat. It's a key point, and it gives a lot of value to the brand if we understand well that the brand is coming from Paris. So it's really a key point. That's what we have been launching cars now in Geneva and not in China to leverage more the origin of the car. I hope it answered to your question. Okay.
Any other? No. Great. I think you have. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Geneviève Petit from Petit Web. I haven't caught the figure of how many cars you were selling through the fundraising operation.
5,500. Out of this model has been sold around a little bit more than 10,000, so it's 50% of the cars which have benefit from this specific crowdfunding operation.
Great. I think you've got a final word to share with us,
thank
coming
you,
back
thank
from
you, Laure.
Geneva.
Yes, because just to share that this, I will not be too long, but DS, you know, DS has been launched as a premium line of another brand, Citroën. So, and then we have seen the potential of developing the premium DS as a brand. And in the same time, it was an opportunity to start in China, in fact. But it was not the original plan 10 years ago, if I can say that. It has really been an opportunity. So we have started with this brand, you can see on the screen, with a signature DS spirit and to create the spirit around DS. And in fact, now la boucle est bouclée. I don't know how to say that in English.
I don't either.
I see my English is so poor. So we are coming from China. We are coming from Paris, but we develop our brand in China. And then finally in Geneva Motor Show yesterday, we have launched officially the brand worldwide. And we took our experience from China, combined with the experience in Europe, to create a worldwide brand. And this worldwide brand now has started in Geneva and will be launched as well in Shanghai Motor Show in April. And so now the final,
boucle.
La boucle est bouclée. The boucle est bouclée. And just to show you, and so that you can have the feeling of the first brand movie we have done with this new avant-garde spirit of the brand. The name is now DS Automotive and Spirit of Avant-Garde. Merci.
We are the avant-garde. We are walking ahead.
We are the sentinels, the scouts, the pioneers.
We open the roads and push back the darkness.
Our task is to move the world forward.
To drive it where it would never have gone without us.
We are different from the others.
We are the builders.
We keep going where others stop.
We are curious. We take the risks.
And herald what's yet to come. We are the avant-garde.
We discover the way.
Open the way.
Light the way.
Clear the way.
Shape the way.
Trace the way.
But never, ever
follow the way.